Hold up.
So the question, do I diet? So I pause when I get asked this question because I don't like the kind of negative connotations that go with the word diet. Okay, so the first thing to understand is everyone is on a diet. Okay, a diet is what you eat. Okay, so regardless of what you eat is considered your diet. So am I on a diet? Yes. Okay, am I on the traditional sense of the word? So meaning, do I do paleo? Do I fast? Do I follow any of those guidelines? No. Okay, so what I do, and I've set myself kind of a series of rules that I follow, and for me, it might not work for everyone, but it's really, really achievable, and it means I can follow these rules, every day without even trying to. Okay, so a couple of my nutrition rules that I follow is one treat a day. Okay, so a treat might be a biscuit, an ice cream, some lollies, or whatever it is. I only have one of those a day. Okay, that works for me because I know, if someone in the office is chucking around a little chocolate bar, nah, I might not have that because I want to save it later for an ice cream or something better than that. Okay, if that's going to be my treat for the day. Or if you don't have a treat, then you get that sense of achievement, and then you know that you're getting on with it. So one treat a day. I moderate my carbs. So if I haven't had a very active day, or I haven't had a couple sessions, or I haven't been to the gym, then I lower my calorie intake. Okay, that's just because it's not necessary, and that's mainly through carbohydrates. And I make sure my protein's high. So that's another rule I have, is I make sure I have two protein shakes a day. That's just so I make sure I'm reaching my macros on the protein. Aiming for about 2 grams per kilo per day. That's another rule I follow. I always have breakfast. Um, I always make sure I have two protein conscious meals a day. So if that's a tin of tuna and some crackers, if that's some chicken somewhere, if that's some eggs for breakfast, okay? Because for me and what I want to achieve and why I train is protein is very, really, really important. Um, One thing that is crazy, and again, it doesn't work for everyone, but it works for me, is I have Fish and Chip Friday. So every Friday, I love my fish and chips with all salts. Crumfish and hot dog hook me up. Okay, so that's my jam every Friday, and I get excited for it. So I eat no takeaways during the week, and then come Friday night, smash back some fish and chips, and I love that. And then on the weekend, I'm also a lot more lenient on what I eat. So I try and tick those boxes I talked about earlier. But if it means a couple Big Macs for dinner, if it means whatever I'm eating, I don't mind too much as long as I'm still kind of following a couple of those rules. So that works for me. You got to find what works for you. And I'll answer a few questions. I'm in some different clips about the different diets and the thoughts around that. I mean,